Sir, you there?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
First house is our character, Anubhava, life, everything. Everything comes under character only. That first house.
his nature, his character, his reputation, his name and fame,
Everything.
his longevity, everything you can't say, sir. His
Longevity
longevity,
also, exactly.
his longevity,
Longevity also.
ठीक है, his nature, his body. Basically, Lagna is the body. Debashish sir?
Anubhava. Yes, Anubhava.
हाँ
Yeah,
जी.
oh, actually, I was on mute. I have been, talking. See, that first house, basically, we see the longevity,
Yes, sir.
self,
Yes, sir.
body, entire body, our willpower.
Very good. Very good.
Then, if at all something is there in the body, that problem,
Very good.
right? And then basically that first house will denote top of the head till the mouth.
Fantastic.
That is the first house.
Fantastic. Fantastic. शालू जी आप फॉलो कर रहे हो?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now second house from every house represents the support system to that particular house.
Yes.
This is another principle. You have to remember the principles of Parashari. Second house from every house gives the support system. ठीक है. अगर मैं मदर की सपोर्ट सिस्टम लो तो द फिफ्थ हाउस इज द सपोर्ट सिस्टम फॉर द मदर. ठीक है. Okay.
Yes.
So second house for the self is the support system. The biggest support system for the person is 3F.
Three
F3.
F's. Three F's.
हाँ जी.
Finance, face, family.
Finance,
And
face, family
voice.
and voice. Very good. ठीक है. Finance, face, family and voice. The third house, the support system to the second house. कोई भी family का support है. The neighbors, the cousins, overall communication. ओके. अगर थर्ड हाउस तो नैसर्गिक चार्ट है, नैसर्गिक चार्ट में थर्ड हाउस रिप्रेजेंट्स जेमिनी.
Third house is courage also, na?
करेज ऑल्सो. वेरी गुड. थर्ड हाउस इज करेज. थर्ड हाउस इज शॉर्ट जर्नीज. ठीक है. थर्ड हाउस इज शॉर्ट जर्नीज. थर्ड हाउस इज सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग जॉब. थर्ड हाउस इज यूट्यूबर इंटरनेट जॉब्स. ओके. ये सब थर्ड हाउस में आएगा. ठीक है. देन यू हैव
Journalism.
yeah, media, everything, communication, media, journalism, communication, sales, अपना short travel, taxi business, ola uber business, lorry business, जो lorry transportation business आते हैं वो सब थर्ड हाउस में आएंगे. Anything related to short travel, anything related to external communication, anything related to internet, YouTube, सारे थर्ड हाउस में आ जाएंगे. ठीक है. Third, Gemini is the natural house of flirtation, romance, flirting. तो थर्ड हाउस से हम रोमांस भी देखते हैं. रोमांटिक लाइफ ऑफ ए पर्सन ऑल्सो वी लुक एट इट. ठीक है. नाउ फोर्थ हाउस से एंड अगर फिजिकल बॉडी के पार्ट्स देखें तो ये जो ऊपर का हेड का हिस्सा हो गया, द अपर स्कल, द हेड. ओके. दिस इज द माउथ एंड नेक रीजन. If you have got to be a singer, then second house has to be there has to be very artistic planets there, like moon and Venus. ठीक है. Like Lata Mangeshkar's chart we had discussed. Okay. And the third house represents physiologically. Third house represents your the shoulders, your arms. Okay. Upper chest. Fourth house represents your chest, breast. ठीक है. आपके डायफ्राम, lungs. ठीक है. फोर्थ हाउस रिप्रेजेंट्स योर सुखस्थाना. दैट इज वेर यूर कंफर्टेबल. यूर कंफर्टेबल इन योर हाउस, यूर कंफर्टेबल इन योर व्हीकल. ठीक है. सो व्हीकल एंड योर रियल एस्टेट प्रॉपर्टी. सेकेंड हाउस इज योर लिक्विडेटेबल एसेट्स which can be liquidated easily. So anything which can be liquidated, like FDs, like cash, like jewelry, which you can liquidate very fast. Okay. Fourth house is your fixed assets. Fixed assets means like your property, your vehicles, your sukhasthana, your mother. She is the biggest comfort factor to you. So mother is seen from the fourth house. ठीक है. Fifth house represents the heart. Fourth house also represents the upper part of the heart. Okay, to certain extent. Fifth house represents the heart and the upper abdomen. Okay, digestive problems, all these things. The upper stomach is seen from the upper smaller intestines is seen from the fifth house. Fifth house is the hobbies. Fifth house is the creativity. Fifth house is the santanasthana, your children. Fifth house is the mantra siddhi. Fifth house is the purva punya. Fifth house is the teaching profession. Fifth house is the education. In Parashari, fifth house we consider for education. In KP, fourth house we consider for education. Okay, Parashari considers second house for the primary education, third house from second to fifth you divide it from primary to graduation. Okay, second primary, then your high school, then sixth house you can say your 10th and 12th, then fifth house, sorry, this is not sixth house, this is the fourth house, the six numbered Rashi. Fourth house is your 10th class, 12th class, and your fifth house is your graduation, ninth house is your post graduation, eighth house is your PhD. Okay, fifth house, I understood all the karakas of fifth house, right? Fifth house is your hobbies, any profession relating to creativity, any profession relating to hobbies is fifth house. Sports, fifth house has to be involved. Movies, fifth house has to be involved. Okay, in Naisargic chart, fifth house is the Leo. Okay, Leo is the limelight. For the uh, Mesh Lagna, fifth house is your sun, Leo. So this is the limelight. Whenever you're in limelight, whenever you become, you start seeking attention from thousands, lakhs of people, somewhere fifth house comes. Okay, Leo is also responsible for government job, but under different circumstances. But fifth house is your any profession related to sports, any profession related to movies, acting, teaching. Okay, all these things. If you're handling children, you're in teaching of graduate level children, engineering college and all. That also you can see from fifth house. When second house lord is involved with 10th house lord, you can say you're working in a pre-primary school. Okay, there are millions of combinations, permutations and combinations, but you have to narrow it down to few professions. Okay, then you have the sixth house, which is Rog Run Shatru. Rog Run Shatru, R3. Rog Run Shatru. This is the house of enemies, this is the house of competition, this is the house of enemies, this is the house of debts. Okay, loans and all, debts. A very good combination when in a very benefic state, like Mukesh Ambani's chart, Dhirubhai Ambani's chart, they have fantastic sixth house. This represents the IPO, initial public offer, stock market, because that is in a form of debt only. When you're taking money from the public, that's a form of debt. So they have fantastically good sixth house. Sixth house is the house of competition. If you want to be successful in sports, if you want to see theoretical study, fifth house and ninth house represents. Fifth house and ninth house represent theoretical study. But if you have to be competitive, that requires a different skill set. That is seen from the sixth house. Suppose you're going for civil services. Suppose you're going for CAT, IAMs and all. Okay, it's not it's not how perfect you are. It is how better you are, percentile. In that year, if you are among the first 1,000 people, then you get into IMs. But if in that year there are 2,000 people ahead of you, relative ranking, that is sixth house. Okay? Eighth house, ninth house talks about perfection in the self. They are not bothered about competition. How much the other person is doing better than me, they are not bothered. Take 5 more years extra, do PhD. Do research. Okay, get deep knowledge. So, but sixth house, but that's not sufficient for that's not sufficient for competitive exams. Competitive exams, you need to be better than the other person. You understanding? So sixth house represents competition. Sixth house represents your enemies. Very bad planets, very bad malefics sitting over here in a very bad dignity. They will create lot of bad enemies to you. Very simple. Okay, but again, these things you have to see from the Kaspal chart, not from the D1 chart. That has to be kept in mind. The Bhav Chalit chart. Okay, sixth house is also pets. Sixth house is also rental income, tenants. Okay, that you noted down. This I forgot to tell in the last class. Sixth house is also your tenants, rental income. Sixth house is also your pets. Okay, sixth house is okay, fine. You understood that till here? You're following me?
Yeah.
Seventh house represents your legal partnerships. Seventh house represents your wife, your spouse. Okay, in physiologically, in bodily organs, sixth house represents your spinal cord. Sixth house represents your lower intestines, spleen, gallbladder, the entire area, the large intestines, spleen, gallbladder, you know, kidney area, kidneys comes in the 7th house. All these things, rest of the lower abdomen parts come in the 6th house. So particularly the Ketu sitting here gives backbone problems most commonly. 7th house represents your legal partnership, 7th house represents your marriage, 7th house represents your sex life. Okay, there's one more principle of KP which is very handy. I'll give you extra information wherever I feel it's required without totally diverting away from our subject. 12th house from every house nullifies that house. This is one of the principles of KP. 12th house from every house cancels that house or nullifies that house. That means if I have the 7th house as the marriage, 12th house from 7th house, that means when I count 12 in the anti-clockwise direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nothing but the previous house. Okay, the one which is behind. 6th house nullifies the 7th house. That means 6th
Sir, your
house
screen is
cancels
not
the
visible.
marriage. Debashish
Excuse
sir,
me, sir.
Yeah, screen is not visible, sir.
screen is not
Excuse
visible.
me, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
since
your screen is
long.
not visible.
Yeah, that's same problem, sir, like last week.
Now,
Yes,
okay,
now it's visible.
okay. Now you can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when I count 12 houses from the 7th house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6th house cancels the marriage. Whenever 6th house appears in significations, in nakshatra, in gochar, in dasha, 6th house becomes strong. That is not a good period for marriage. That's not a good period for business. This you can represent for this you can apply to all rules, the all houses, all bhavas. For example, if I'm looking at the mother, the 12th house from the 4th house, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The third house represents the nullification or the cancellation of the mother factor in your life. In simple terms, you can say, major health issues or death of the mother when third house gets activated. Nadi has different principles for death, which we'll discuss in the future classes. KP has different principles. But whenever the third house gets
So
activated,
which principle we need to follow finally?
you have to follow everything, sir. It is not so, astrology is not so
Everything.
simple. Everything you have to follow. If you want to be a professional
Okay, on
astrologer,
which basis we need to conclude? On
sir,
which basis we need to say?
no, Kiranji, what happens is the more knowledge you have, the more accurately you can give confirmation, because from one system it may not be very clear. You understand? So you use 2-3 different systems. I use all systems. I use even numerology. I use even tarot cards,
Okay.
because one particular aspect can represent many things. You don't know that. It's really difficult. You have to narrow down the options. It's
Can
not.
we assume that no one is perfect in this world, and because of that we are roaming around from one system to other to
No,
for
no,
the
no,
correct
no, no,
prediction?
no, 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 not like that, sir.
Exactly.
Not like that.
Exactly.
No, no, that's a wrong way to say it. Astrologers who have done enough research have got fair amount of perfection. 85 to 90% perfection they have. They can accurately predict, but who have genuinely studied it like a research subject. No, you see, you should have a propensity to study.
Simple, sir. 1 plus 1 means
No, that doesn't
1
work.
plus 1 is equal to 2. But
Yeah,
as per doesn't work here.
Yeah, very good. Like I told in the previous example, Pythagoras theorem works everywhere, even on moon, even on Jupiter. But astrological principles have an exception, and every rule has a different interpretation in different scenarios. It is not so easy to measure God. It's not so easy to get a grasp of God. The God Almighty, who is the supercomputer, like a million supercomputers inside his head. The person who is running
That
the
means,
unit.
sir, Vedic astrology persons, they are saying something different, and KP astrology persons something they are different, and Nadi astrology persons also something different they are saying. But
Ah.
whom
The
we
school
need
of
to
thoughts.
consider?
If
It's a school
if
of thoughts.
yes, whatever principle you may apply, you will come to the same conclusion. You will be in consensus.
Destiny same.
You will come to the same conclusion, whatever principle you may use. That I'll tell you for sure. The way of interpreting it, the way of arriving at the conclusion may be different. If the KP person is really good in the subject and the Parashari is good in the subject, they will come to the same conclusion. I'll tell you, I'll prove it to you. Okay, let's not get into the debate at this point of time. You try to, you know, grasp as much knowledge from me as you can. What I'm telling you is, I'm giving you little extra every time so that you will reconfirm it to the extent required. Okay, now 12th house from every
Oh,
house cancels that house. Haji Shaluji.
no, sir. Sir, I think बेटी नहीं लेने देगी, वो परेशान कर रही है बहुत ज्यादा.
अच्छा,
हाँ जी,
कोई बात नहीं मैम,
और
आप
फिर
जाइए
कैंसिल
आप.
करने पड़ेंगे.
हाँ
हाँ
जी, हाँ
जी.
जी, नो प्रॉब्लम, आप करिए. वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग मैं भेजता हूँ, आप करिए.
ओके.
कोई डाउट है तो आप
हाँ,
मुझ
श्योर.
पर्सनली
थैंक यू
डिस्कस
सर.
करिए. आपका भी मैं आज कर दूंगा, आपका जो आपने जो मुझे काम दिया था ना.
हाँ, बिकॉज इट्स अर्जेंट पासपोर्ट
हाँ जी, हाँ
मतलब
जी,
रुके
कल
हुए हैं.
आज पक्का
ओके.
कर दूंगा. क्लास के बाद शाम
ठीक
से
है.
पहले कर दूंगा.
ओके.
ठीक है
थैंक यू
ना.
सर.
हाँ जी, हाँ
थैंक
जी,
यू.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू. सो Kiran sir, the point is, from every system you need to reconfirm it, at least with using two systems. Okay, if you really want, you know, without a scope of error, it has to be pakka. Your judgment, your prediction has to be pakka. Then 1 to 2 systems, 3 systems, or sometimes 4 systems also you need to check. Okay, don't worry, let's focus, let's enjoy the subject. देखो, the 12th house from every house nullifies the house. So if I say 9th house is the house of father, so the 8th house, whenever a major planet transits the 8th house, or 8th house significations get activated in the dasha antardasha, then problem for father will start. Now, isn't it a coincidence that for the self also the problem is starting, and for the father also the problem is starting? You understand? You see that, na? Many times it happens for the wife and for the second child, not your first child. For the wife and second child, both the health is spoiled that particular month or that particular week. You would have noticed it, some pattern, because seventh house represents the wife and seventh house represents the second child. You understand? Okay, I can.
Hmm.
So that kind of
Right.
patterns always work. You have to be vigilant and you have to observe it, and you should try to analyze it back to the chart. There's so much of pattern, there's so much of orderliness in astrology, in the karma which manifests na events. You can actually find order and a pattern. Every 12 years the kumbh comes, because every 12 years the Jupiter completes one cycle and comes back to the same place. That is the reason kumbh is done every 12 years. It's not a fancy number. I'm putting 12 or 11. That will do it. You'll enjoy it. When you do it, you'll enjoy it. First, focus on this principle. Every house, that the previous house, the 12th house from every house nullifies that particular house. That means KP has a different approach. Here KP drifts little bit away. Parashari says that the Mool Trikon Rashi, that is 159, the Trikon houses are very good for luck. They become luck. But here there's a contradiction, that the 12th house from the 10th house is 9th house, and 9th house is nullifying the 10th house, career. That means when 9th house gets activated, you lose your job. But Parashari says that 9th house is the bringer of luck, the Bhagyasthana. Okay, that slightly contradiction is there, but just keep in mind, particularly for marriage, whenever 6th house gets activated, okay, the marriage will be under trouble. And I've seen major gochar happening. That means Rahu gochar, Rahu Ketu, or Shani gochar happening from 6th house. Okay, that time divorce has happened. Hundreds of cases I've seen like that. Particularly, so this principle you keep in mind. Let's come to the 7th house. 7th house is legal partnerships, 7th house is open enemies, 7th house is marriage, 7th house is sex life, 7th house is your wife, her physical characteristics. Okay, And sixth house is court case litigation also. Court case litigation, physical attacks, all these things from sixth house also. Okay, seventh house is all these aspects. Okay, bad planet sitting in the seventh house will create problem in the marriage. Rahu, Ketu, Shani, Mangal, Surya. Sun doesn't do well over here. Okay, sun is good for career but not good for married life, because in intense heat you cannot enjoy, romance or sex. That intense heat, heated atmosphere is good for career. In 10th house it does well, in first house it does well. Okay, but sun in the first house makes the person very egoistic. Sun in the second house makes the person very egoistic. Ego doesn't work in marriage. Ego is one of the biggest factors why marriages break. Okay, and physical organs, seventh house represents the genitals. So any malefic sitting over here will cause problems. Planet like Ketu, Shani creates impotency. Planets like Rahu, Mangal creates overactivity. Rahu creates overactivity. Mangal in good dignity gives you good sex life. Okay, eighth house is the second house from seventh house. We'll discuss this relationships also, very important today. All these things will make nadi very easy for you. Okay, eighth house is the second house from seventh house, the support system of the wife, the family of the wife, the face of the wife, the voice of the wife. You understand? So the in-laws house is seen from the second house, from the eighth house. Eighth house is deep research. Eighth house is occult. Eighth house is Kundalini yoga. Eighth house is anything which is not seen behind the scenes. Eighth house is crime. Eighth house is prostitution. Eighth house is poisonous chemicals. All these things come under eighth house. Scorpio, one of the most dangerous signs. Most dangerous signs. When you will see as we go further. Whenever Scorpio in bad dignity appears, it creates havoc. Are you following me, sir?
Sir, can you please repeat? Sir, can you please repeat second? This is second house from seventh house.
Haji, the second house from seventh house is the family, sir. Okay. If I want to see how is my father's family, that will be 10th house. If I want to see how is my elder brother's family, that will be 12th house. With respect to elder brother. You understand? If I want to see how is my mother's family, that means her what do you say? Mother, क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? नानी का घर. नानी का घर. That is, you see fifth house. Okay. Third house is your elder brother, younger brother.
Fourth house is mother.
Fourth house is mother. Fifth house is mother's family. Sixth house is mother's younger brother.
Very difficult to remember, sir.
No.
Each and everything, if at all we have to write, then problem.
No, very easy, sir. You just have to remember the basic principle apply to all. Third house from every house represents the younger brother, younger sibling. So, seventh house is the first wife. Third house from the seventh house is the second wife, because second wife can be considered as a sister to the first wife. If I'm looking at, say, 2 marriages for a person, I'll look at the 7th and 9th house. Very, very simple, nothing. Just remember the principle. The second house is the family, third house is the younger brothers, 11th house is the elder siblings, 7th house is the spouse. Fourth house is the mother. If I want to look at the mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, I will count 4 houses from 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 10th house becomes the mother-in-law. Very simple. 9th house becomes the father-in-law. That means from 7 I count 9 houses. That is 7, 8, 9. The third house becomes the father-in-law. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He is the father-in-law. If I want to see
Sometimes
my
we are looking at, sir, sometimes we are looking at, fourth house. Sometimes we are looking at ninth house. Sometimes we are, I'm saying that we have to shift from some house to ninth house. Sometimes four house. Sometimes five houses. Sometimes 12 houses. So that's what I'm getting confused.
No, no, nothing to get confused. You see the video again and again. It's very, very simple. Remember the basic rules. Like in mathematics, we remember the basic rules. Okay? Second house from every house is the family, the support system. The fourth house is the mother. Third house is the younger siblings. Seventh house is the spouse. If I want to look at the spouse of my elder brother, let's dedicate 1 hour for this today. Or today 2 hours, let's dedicate this. Let's be perfect in this. I want to know how my elder brother's married life is. My elder brother
Is there
is.
any notes, sir? Is there any notes available, like,
I'll
from
I'll
each
create
house?
I'll create and give you. Don't worry.
Yeah, so
I'll
that
create
will
it.
be good because I have to, we need to remember this.
No issues.
And
No
maybe
issues.
that in the class, possibly that difficult to remember.
No
But
no.
yes, what you said, like, without saying, first house self, second house is family,
I'll give
or
you. I'll give you.
sorry, yeah, so that we know.
As per my knowledge, I got this information. Is Bhavat Bhava.
No, 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 no. Bhavat Bhava is the similarity of houses. Don't get confused. Sixth from sixth is the Rogasthana Shatrusthana. It acts like a mini sixth house.
Ah.
10th from 10th acts like a mini career house. Okay? You understand?
Okay. Now,
So,
what is this one, sir? This one is
this is the relationships. First house is yourself, second house is your family,
ah,
third house is your younger
yes,
siblings,
Siblings,
fourth
yeah,
house is your mother, fifth house is
mother,
your children,
children.
sixth house
Sixth
is your
house is
enemy.
Ro, Green, and Satru. Yeah.
no.
So,
Relation.
Relation, your Shatru. Shatru is the relation.
Shatru.
Okay.
6,000 Shatru. Okay.
Seventh house is your spouse,
Wife.
wife. Okay. Eighth house is your problems, hardships. There's no relation. Your in-laws. That means through wife you're going, but not any direct. Your Ayusthana. Your longevity is the eighth house. Your death. Eighth house is your death. That is the closure.
Relation. There is no relation. In
There is
eighth
no
house.
relation. Ninth house is your father.
Okay.
10th house is your boss, your
10th
superior,
house is our boss.
your
Okay.
boss. Ninth house is your teacher. I want to know,
Ah.
I want to know the younger brother's future at this point of time. Younger brother of my teacher. I have a teacher. The younger brother of my teacher,
Hmm.
how is his time? So I will count one, two, three. Third house. That is from 11th house. I will check if a bad planet is
From
doing
ninth
gochar.
house. From ninth house.
Third house. One,
Yes.
two,
From ninth
three.
house.
Yes.
Okay.
See, this is my teacher, sir. This is my
Yes.
teacher.
Yes. Got it, sir. Got it.
So third house from my teacher's house is the younger brother of my teacher, Debashish sir.
Yes. Half years younger brother.
Young.
Acha, acha, okay, you are coming from that angle.
Yes.
So that means, okay. So that means third house. We have to. That's what I was confused. Now it is clear to me.
Yeah. Take
That
your time.
means
Take
that
your time.
each and every house, like you mean to say, like second house, if at all we are in, then we have to see that from first house the self is, that is, or rather, we have to count third house from
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Let's say that family, it comes everybody, right?
Yes.
Or I would say that face and all, everything. Now, if at all I want to see my younger brother face and all, so I have to count third house from my second house.
See, you want to know the face or voice. What is his tone of your younger brother? Is he a rude speaking person
So,
or is he a soft speaking person?
yes.
Third house, second house. I will look at the fourth house. 1, 2.
Yes.
Exactly.
So if there's a malefic sitting over here, suppose Mars in bad dignity, I will say your younger brother's voice is very rude. He's very rude spoken person. Second house is also your sanskara, the culture you get from your house, the sanskara. So your younger brother is of bad sanskara, yeah, bad culture. He's a very bad character person.
Because second house from third house I have to see, because second house represent the family and
Yes.
voice and face.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
Very,
Now I
very
got it.
important, because with this, so much you can derive. So much. Suppose I have my neighbor, okay? I want to check how is the my neighbor's married life. Is he
So married
undergoing a.
life means seventh house.
Yes, exactly. I count
So
seven.
that means seventh house means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means ninth house.
Yes. Ninth house, a malefic is going on, or a malefic is aspecting the ninth house, then the person is undergoing marital problems. And trust me, sir, this is so accurate. When you make the prediction, the person will be zapped. He'll be shocked when you make these predictions. The person will, he'll fall out of his seat. He'll say, how did you tell about my neighbor? It is so accurate. It all
But sir,
manifests.
that I have to see from the native chart only. I need not to go to other chart, right?
See, I want to know whether my mother's younger brother, that means my mama, is having any problem or not. So, what I will take, younger mama, one, two,
Seventh
three.
house,
Mother,
sixth house.
sixth house, one,
Mm.
two, three, sixth house. I'll check the sixth house. When you're having a problem in sixth, when a malefic is traveling, transiting the sixth house, you're having problem. You will see your mama is also having problem.
Acha, from my chart only I can predict. That's what you are
From
saying.
your
Or
chart,
native chart only I can predict.
sir, from your chart, you can make such amazing predictions. You can tell the death of a person related to you. You can tell to such an accuracy from your chart, because we are all connected to each other. You understand?
Mm.
And when you do Prashna Kundli, these things become very, very important. Whenever I do Prashna Kundli, because Prashna Kundli will give you amazing clarity. Prashna Kundli will tell you amazingly, it will tell you, because many times you get stuck between this chart and Bhava chart and divisional charts. That time for clarity, not clarity, every time, whenever you are doing astrological predictions and giving a judgment, you have to open a Prashna Kundli compulsorily. You have to see what is the divine judgment. Fine, your analysis is there. Sometimes we may err. Human is he's prone to error. Sometimes my analysis may be subjective. Okay, I may not like a person, or I might have had a fight with my wife, so I might be viewing the chart in a very negative perspective. So always I have to open the Prashna Kundli. Prashna Kundli will have one class.
What is
Always.
Acha, Prashna Kundali? We will have one class, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. 2 hours will give for Prashna Kundli, or at least 1 hour, because Prashna Kundli is nothing but at that moment when you're trying to assess the chart and give a judgment. Okay, you have to open the chart at that moment, at that place. For example, I'm in Chandigarh, you're in Hyderabad, you're the astrologer. I've asked you the question, so you have to put the place as Hyderabad, not as Chandigarh, where the astrologer is sitting, and you have to open the chart, and you have to check what is the current, that this moment, as we speak at this moment, what is the position of the planets in the sky, in the cosmos, and that you have to correlate with the your chart analysis. Most of the time your judgment and the Prashna Kundli will say the same thing, most of the time, but certain times it contradicts. When it contradicts, then you take a pause, you again get back to your analysis. That is what I'm telling you. The kind of accuracy our Vedic astrology gives is mind blowing, because I'm confirming with my analysis, I'm confirming with my Rashi, with my Bhav Chalit, then with the divisional chart or with Nadi, whichever system I've mastered, and then I'm again confirming with the Prashna Kundli. So the chance of error is very, very less.
Sir,
So,
I have a question.
yes, sir.
Yeah, let's say that you said that spouse is seventh house, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I have to see that my spouse health.
Okay.
Now that my Kundali seventh house, let's say Rahu is sitting,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
now how to read that wife's health.
See,
Now, health, you are saying, health, I will see from which house, sir? So far, you said that eighth house?
eighth house is longevity, sir. Fifth house is your
Longevity.
recovery. And first house is your health.
Acha, first house, my health. So that
Yeah.
means I have to see that is seventh house. That is one house I have to go, right?
No. Seventh house itself you see. For health, seventh house itself. See, any trouble to her, maybe health, maybe professional problem, maybe accident, anything, first house has to be involved. Your body has to be involved. Okay, because your mind is also inside your body.
Let's say that her longevity. So now longevity I have to see from eighth house. So now from seventh house, sorry.
Seventh house you count eight places. Very good point.
Come again, sir.
From I want to see the longevity of my wife. From seventh house, count 8 houses and see the quality of that house and the house lord.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is second house.
Exactly.
So now second house indicates that my wife's longevity.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, absolutely correct.
So now in that case,
Haji.
my what do you call, in my chart, let's say sun is sitting here. So that means, can I say that long life?
No. It's not only sun. Sun is sitting in which Rashi? Is sun sitting in Shatru Rashi, in exaltation, in debilitation? Which condition it is sitting in?
No, let's say that second house that is in Taurus.
See, one minute, sir. One minute. When the planet is exalted, it is having almost 90% strength, 90 to 100% strength. When it is in Mool Trikon, it is having almost 70% strength. When it is in Trikon, it's not Mool Trikon, it is Trikon house, it is having say 60% strength. Or
what is Mool Trikon and Trikon, sir?
I'll tell you. Mool Trikon and Mool Trikon, let's say this is 80% strength, this is 70% strength. Then you have friendly houses. Friendly house, it's say having 60% strength. Neutral houses, it is having 50% strength. Okay, then you have your enemy houses. Enemy houses, it's having say 40%. And debilitated, it is having 20% strength. Debilitated and combust, it's having 10% strength. Okay, na? So you have to check the planet which is sitting over there, which category it belongs to. Is it exalted, Mool Trikon, friendly, neutral, enemy, debilitated, combust? Kiran sir, are you getting it?
Yes.
You're getting it? So if your second,
sir, I am asking again question. Retrograde means then what?
retrograde is problematic, sir. Retrograde is negative. If suppose seventh, retrograde is very strong. See, I don't want to include it here. Retrograde planet is extremely strong planet. Okay, but retrograde in a negative direction. Retrograde planets are extremely strong, but in a negative way. You have to make it positive. So when you choose a profession which is retrograde, or when the gochar is of retrograde, or gochar of a planet is having a retrograde period, that time you will get good results. See, nothing in the universe is bad. Even alcohol has uses. Okay, even tobacco has uses. We may use it negatively. See, alcohol you're using it for drinking and you're spoiling your liver, but you use it for medicines, it is fine. So retrograde planet, you should know how to use it. That's where astrology gives you guidance. Retrograde planets are very, very strong.
Sir, can you please explain that, Mool Trikan, Trikan?
Ha, sir, of course, I'll tell you. Okay, these things I will include it in the.
That is what you are meaning, like exalted in the sense. I'm just giving you example, sir.
हाँ जी,
Like Aries, in Aries, Mars is the Lord,
correct.
and it is getting exalted in 10th house, that is your Capricorn.
Okay.
And sir, can you please mute, sir?
Kiran, sir?
Kiran, sir?
Sorry, sir.
So what I'm trying to tell you, sir, that one is that let's say that 10th house is Mars were exalted, and
Correct.
4th house, that is in Cancer, it is deblated.
Absolutely.
So in that case, can we say that if at all Mars is sitting in the 4th house, that means that it is having 20% strength?
हाँ जी सर, yes.
बट अभी ये जो 10% जो है कॉम्बस्ट आपने जो दिया है, सो डज इट मीन कि वो जो डिग्री के बेसिस पे हम लोगों को कॉम्बस्ट देखना है कि वो कहाँ पे है नहीं है?
Yes sir, see, I consider extremely combust when it is below 5 degree, below 8 degree. 8 degree में ठीक हो जाता है when the distance between the two, degree wise distance between the two planets is less than 5 degrees. It becomes extremely combust and extremely weak. It is more than 8 to 10 degrees, then it loses 50% strength. That means इसका strength थोड़ा 10% से बढ़ के 20% तक हो जाएगा, 20-25% तक. You understanding? When the degree wise it is too close, the difference is less than 5 degrees, it becomes extremely combust. It is as good as not having that Karaka Tattva. If Venus is combust, then the person will not get married, or even if is married, it is as good as not married only. उसकी लाइफ में वो सुख है ही नहीं. ठीक है?
But sir, Mercury is everywhere. Mercury is near to Sun, na?
Yes.
That means it will combust.
Yes, Mercury, maximum times Mercury gets combust.
Yes.
But again,
So
in
then
forming
what?
Buddhaditya होगा ना.
Okay.
Though Mercury is getting combust, it's forming Buddhaditya yoga. Sir, except Sun and Moon, every other planet has two
Yes.
sides.
Two places. Two houses, exactly. Aries and Scorpio. Gemini and Virgo.
Sir, is there any chance, if at all that planet is debiliated or combust, can we improve or can we take remedies to improve the planet or that effects?
हाँ बिल्कुल सर.
Super question, sir.
बिल्कुल.
Super question.
बिल्कुल.
My question also same.
सर वहीं पे तो एस्ट्रोलॉजी आता ना. Just knowing that things are bad, it'll further depress you. It will further depress you, but it doesn't work the way they're showing on internet. It is a long process. It will take years of practice. It will take, but 100% you can improve the situation. 100%. But it will take time.
Years of practice means?
See, suppose you have a very combust planet. Okay, first you understand that what is being given to you in this Janma, Prarabdha. What is the Sanchita Karma? Sanchita Karma is the superset. Out of the sanchita karmas means all karmas which you have done in your whole of your existence. Out of that, few karmas are picked out and given to you in this janma. 10 good karmas and 10 bad karmas. 10 good outcomes and 10 bad outcomes. Okay, so one season is good, second season is bad. Alternatively, God gives you. Okay, and then Sade Sati, and then like that, He has arranged it for you. The God has organized the karmas. That is your prarabdha of this particular janma. Okay, now first understand your life path. What is the karmic, what is the script of your life? Okay, once you understand the script, then you start, patiently building it, strengthening it. If it's malefic, then you start making it benefic. But it will take years of practice. It doesn't say you say convalexa 5 times and 10 times you put LIC in dalchini in your locker and money starts flowing in. That's all rubbish. You understand the script of your life. It's like bodybuilding. You can build muscles, but it will take 5 years of time. It requires discipline in your diet, it requires discipline in your exercise. It is like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I fully agree on your point. For example, Kiran sir, that in fourth house, because Kalyanji has given us nice classes for last 2 days, and I was trying to understand my own chart, and you will not believe, sir. I was just looking at,
Yes, sir.
and it is just, I mean, I had just gone through Kalyanji report in the sense that he shared with me. Nice report he made, very crisp. The point what I'm trying to tell you, sir, in my fourth house, Mars is sitting along with Saturn.
Okay.
So that means Mars is debilitated, whereas my Lagna is Aries.
Okay.
So now I could figure out that either I will have problem with my house,
Okay.
or rather assets, I would say,
Yes.
that or vehicles,
Yes, correct.
right? And
Correct.
at the same time, mother.
Correct. Absolutely.
You can't believe, sir, that these three things happened with me.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And still I am struggling. And let me tell you, sir, I started long back
Yes.
for Hanuman Chalisa chanting.
Yes.
At least I will forget my food, but I will not forget to chant Hanumanji's Chalisa
But how
for
many?
at least 2 times in a day.
That is not sufficient. When the planet is, that's what I'm trying to get at. When you get deep into astrology, you will understand. And when you're associated with the right person, you will get the exact picture of it. When the planet is debilitated, you have to do Hanuman Chalisa at least 10 times or 20 times. When the planet is debilitated with a malefic, you have to do 20 times in a day. You have to remove 3 hours in your life for Hanuman Chalisa. That after that you will start finding difference. You say convalexa or Hanuman Chalisa once, the medicine has to be proportional to the problem. I am having severe infection and I am taking a 250 mg medicine. Will it be sufficient? That is what is happening. People are not scientifically seeing astrology. It is not logical. Astrology is absolutely logical. Remedies work, but it has to be proportional, Baba. You cannot say that I will give a 100 mg tablet to an adult of 100 kgs. It has to be proportional to the person's weight. That's how they measure, right, in medical field. The age of the person, the weight of the person. So I am 100 kgs and I am taking a 100 mg tablet. Will it work? After that, you say that Hanuman Chalisa doesn't work, astrology is useless. It is our lack of analysis.
So simple, sir. Our time is good. That's why you came into our life as a guru.
No, nothing
True.
like that.
Well said, sir.
Nothing like that. What I'm telling you, Kiranji, you have a
Because
retrograde.
we'll keep on doing like that only, na.
No, but
We don't know how many times we need to do, what to do. We don't know, sir.
exactly. No. It's very simple. You use your logic. Everywhere you have a scientific approach. What I'm telling you is, Kiranji, you have a retrograde Saturn. So you have to do at least minimum 10 malas of Shani every day, and every Saturday you have to do Havan. Don't go to any pujari, any pandit, they will loot you. What you have to do, one tenth of the mantras which you have done in that particular week, suppose you have done 100 malas in that week, one tenth is your 10 malas. 10 malas, say the same mantra and give arghya to the fire. Before starting, just pray to God that I am just a child, okay? I don't know the system perfectly. Any bullchuk, any mistake which happens, please forgive me and please guide me, okay? And take the name of Ganpati and all the Trimurti and just start. Don't get into too much. God will accept prayers. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. Nobody is perfect. Not even the greatest of the pandits are not perfect. 1% error they will also do. So don't worry. 10 malas you have to do every day Shani mantra, because you have to set your Shani right. After that, one-tenth you give arghya to the fire. The arghya would be, take chawal and little bit of black til, mix it, and any other item you have, and you do it. You see the results within 6 months, but it'll take time. 6 months, 1 year, you do like this, immediately there'll be incremental results. It'll start solving. Instantly नहीं होगा.
Sir. Okay. Got it, sir.
And
10 times per day, 10 malas,
10
and every Saturday, havan with white rice and black til.
हाँ, white rice, the kacha rice and black til मिला के हवन सामग्री you make it and you do it. Havan is very important because you are directly giving. And again, their chakras, their nadis. I'll before the end of the class, I will give the introduction to that also. You have to understand the chakras and nadis, and you have to work in sync with them. All the planets are connected to your chakras. That is, the Wi-Fi connection is there between planets. Some 1,000 lakhs of kilometers Jupiter is rotating, and it is having effect on your life. What is the logic behind it? I am telling you, give me a scientific explanation. I will not accept it.
Can I ask one question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can I ask one question, sir?
Yes, yes.
Simple question is there. So many other religious persons are there. Let us say Christian is there, Muslim is there, and ourselves is Hindus are there.
Yes.
But Hindus gods are we are believing on astrology, and somebody are not believing on astrology. But they are looking fine, and they don't know, but they are surviving like anything.
No.
After knowing all these things,
No. Grahas are affecting every person irrespective of your knowledge or no knowledge.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
It
But
doesn't
they don't know
matter.
all these things, but they are surviving.
They are surviving, but see, if you know it, see, you got a problem in your vehicle. You know what to do, and you don't know what to do. So much of difference is there, na? You know it's a problem, some problem in the piston or some radiator.
Yes, sir.
You know the problem.
That's what we know.
And slowly, I'm
No,
telling
my
you, let me
question is,
complete.
sir,
Let me complete. The
my-
first,
ah,
let
okay.
me complete.
Okay.
First stage is you know. Second stage is you understand.
Hmm.
Third stage is you repair yourself the problem. Fourth stage is you master the karma. Fourth stage even I have not reached. At higher levels of devotion and meditation and karma and the upay what you do at higher levels, you start creating new karma, erase the old karma completely. Isn't it exciting? People have done it.
Hmm.
Isn't it exciting? At higher levels, as you go deeper and deeper, but you need to be really dedicated, spend time, spend money. You don't need to spend money, you spend time, be very disciplined. At higher levels, you completely erase the old karma and start creating new karma for this janma and the coming janmas. You understand? First, you understand where are the problem areas, the script which has God has written for you this janma. You cannot
So
supersede
at
the
least
script.
20 times we have to chant if the planet is deviated.
Sir, there's no, see, as such, there's no quantitative figure given anywhere in the Vedas, but out of my research, what I've seen is when the planet is debilitated, you do more number of times. Okay, suppose your Mars is debilitated, I suggest you do the Bija mantra of Hanuman. Rather than Hanuman Chalisa, you do 2 times. See, you have to get into the Bija mantras, sir. When you get into the Bija mantras, you start getting into the chakras and nadis. And you can feel the chakra inside your physical body. I'll make you realize it. Chakra is the chakras which are there in our body, the energy centers, it's a
Seven
hypothetical.
chakras.
Seven
Seven chakras.
chakras is a hypothetical concept. But before the end of the session, I will make you feel the chakra. It's a physical organ, like a physical organ. I'll make you feel it.
Fine. So, sir, coming back to the discussion point, ninth house, you said father, teacher.
Huh.
Then,
You understand? So
Yeah.
I'll tell the relationships. I'll tell you categorically. First house is yourself. Second house is your family. Third house younger siblings. Fourth house mother. Fifth house
Mother.
children. Sixth house enemies. Seventh house spouse. Eighth house your longevity. Okay, your stress, your struggle. Ninth house is your father. 10th house is your boss. 11th house is your friends circle and your elder brother.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. 10th house, you said boss.
10th house is
And
the boss.
boss and profession.
Profession, boss, profession,
No,
top
it is
management.
coming to relationship boss.
Relationship boss. Okay, even name and fame, power.
Sir, 10th house is relationship also, huh?
No. In relationships, it is the boss.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, in relationship,
So
it is the boss. Okay, 10th house is also your name and fame. 10th house is also your power which you have in the society. Okay, 10th house is your career, your business, everything. 11th house is your elder brother, elder siblings. 11th
1
house,
minute, sir. 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute. 1 minute. 11th house, you said elder brother.
elder siblings.
Okay, sir.
11th house is your social circle.
Okay, sir.
Okay, 11th house is also ichha purti, fulfillment of desires, and 11th house is also your uh, labasthana, the profit which you make from your profession.
Profits and gain.
Profits and gain. Your ichha purti, your profits and gain, your elder brothers, your social circle, your the part of the leg which is below the knees, that is the shin area. You call it shin, na? The legs
Okay,
before,
sir.
between feet and knees, that particular part of the leg is 7th house.
Right, sir.
Okay, you understood?
11th house.
11th house. Okay, you understood till here, na?
Yeah.
12th house is your
Yes, sir.
12th house is your vyasthan, your expenses and your troubles, your problems, your health issues. 12th house is your jail yatra. 12th house is your hospitalization, anything which takes you away from home. Remember it like that. Anything which takes you away from home. 12th house, what takes you away from home? If you are a sannyasi, you go away from home. You renounce everything and you go. If you have gone to a jail, you go away from home, right? If you have gone to foreign, you go away from home, right?
Right.
Okay. If you get admitted in a hospital, you are again away from home. Correct?
Understood.
So 12th house is jail yatra, hospital yatra, foreign yatra, ठीक है? Your expenses. These are the primary significations. Yeah, loss also you can say, investments
sir.
also you can say. If it's a one more important point, 12th house is your charity. 12th house is your moksha sthan. This is the end of the cycle, the moksha sthan. Very good planets here can guarantee you moksha or a higher level of incarnation.
Sir, 9th house थोड़ा बोलिए ना, और the father and teacher we have written.
Father, teacher, higher knowledge, higher wisdom. The bhagyasthana, the luck comes from 9th house. See, only 9th house अगर अच्छा है, बाकी पूरा खराब है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आपका लाइफ जबरदस्त चलेगा. This is the power of the Trikon houses. 1, 5, 9 are the Trikon houses.
Okay. Trikon is 1, 5, 9.
1,
That's what
5,
you are
9
saying.
and Mool Trikon is stronger than the Trikon houses. See, I've stopped this in middle. I've written it. In Saturn, you have Makar and you have Aquarius. Sorry, you have Makar and you have Kumbh. Okay. Out of Makar and Kumbh becomes the Mool Trikon. It is slightly stronger than Makar. You understand? Out of the two houses, the Kumbh becomes the Mool Trikon house when it falls. So out of
That
the
means
two,
Aquarius.
the Kumbh 11 number Rashi, yeah, Aquarius, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aquarius.
right,
Aquarius.
right.
Okay.
Okay, out
Oh.
of Dhanu and Pisces, Dhanu becomes the Mool Trikon. Mool Trikon means it's
Dhanu
more
बोले तो
powerful.
that is your Kanya. That is 6th house.
No, Dhanu, Sagittarius. Nine number
Sorry,
Rashi.
sorry.
Ninth
Ninth
house.
Sorry. My mistake.
ठीक है, 9
So
number Rashi.
9th, 11th. Okay.
ठीक है, and after that Aries becomes stronger. Mool Trikon Rashi for the Aries, for Mars. More than Scorpio, Aries is stronger.
Acha, so that means 9th house, 11th house, and first.
ठीक है, for Mercury, Virgo is because gets stronger.
Mercury. नहीं ये कहाँ पे आएगा सर? ये आपने मूल त्रिकोण बोला that I
ये मूल
understood.
त्रिकोण आएगा. The stronger house becomes the मूल त्रिकोण राशि of that particular ग्रह.
त्रिकोण बोले तो that is triangle, right? So
Trikon,
9th, 11th,
yes.
and first.
Yes. Trikon means this now 159. Triangle. It forms a triangle, na? You imagine the shape of a triangle.
हाँ,
See,
so
imagine.
159 आपका त्रिकोण हो गया. मतलब मूल त्रिकोण का बात कर रहे
हाँ,
हैं सर.
मूल
We are
त्रिकोण.
discussing on मूल.
हाँ जी. मूल त्रिकोण is nothing but out of the two houses, one becomes stronger. That's you call it मूल त्रिकोण.
अच्छा. Okay. Understood.
You
So
understood?
that means 9.
And out of Libra and Tula, Libra becomes the stronger.
So Libra, that is 7th house.
7 number Rashi, that becomes the मूल त्रिकोण राशि.
7th मूल त्रिकोण. And उसमें Mercury का आपने कौन सा बोला सर?
Virgo, Kanya.
Virgo बोला तो
6 राशि, 6 number राशि.
6 राशि.
ठीक है. Now let's quickly try to understand deeply. I will ask you a question, you answer it to me now. Kiranji.
Okay.
Now from which bhava I will check my relationship with my mother-in-law.
Mother is 4th, so that means
Mother is 8th house.
that means 4, 5.
Mother-in-law, sir.
7, 8.
Sir, I want to check my relation with my mother-in-law, Sas.
That's sir. 7th house is my spouse house.
Yes.
Spouse mother will be from 7th to 4th.
1, 2, 3, 4. 10th house. 10th house.
Very good.
10th house.
10th house. So whenever I have a bad transit, whenever I have a bad dasha of 10, okay, I will have problem in my career, and also I see that my mother-in-law's health is getting affected. Can I say that?
Yes.
Definitely the
Career as well.
amount of trouble, the intensity of trouble, again we have to check from Dwadashamsha and other charts, or from the wife's chart, or from the Sasuma's chart. But definitely there will be some problem. It may be less intense, it may be more intense, but there will definitely be a problem. Whenever I have a bad dasha of 10th house or bad transit, I'll have problem in my career. At the same time, I'll have problem with my mother-in-law. My relation with my mother-in-law may suffer, or her in her life she may have a problem.
Okay. Let us say, sir, in transit now, total six planets are there in 12th house. That means Meena Rashi.
Yeah.
In transit.
Yeah.
For the Gemini ascendant, 10th house will be the this one, Meena Rashi.
Okay.
This is.
Okay.
That means his career also problem, and his mother-in-law also will be little bit problem.
Yes. Again, you see, each house has its own signification. Na? Each house, Mercury is debilitated, Venus is exalted. So there is a negative result coming. Also, there is a niche bang which is happening.
Yes.
The debilitation is cancelled by an exalted planet. So immediately there is a positive result. See what happened to one of my client in Delhi. She immediately lost a job. She lost a job instantly. I mean, they had a fight, and the top management asked the person to put down the papers. Within 2 days, she got back the job. Because first Mercury's aspect fell on the particular graha, which is niche. So she lost the job, and there's a difference of 1 degree or so currently now. 1 or 2 degrees difference is there. Okay, after that there is Venus. So after that Venus drishti fell on the particular
Activated.
planet, and she got back the job because Venus is exalted. In 12 number Rashi, Mercury is debilitated and Venus is exalted. So immediately,
Exactly.
but now you tell me, I'll give you a hypothetical situation in which Venus is first and Mercury is later. Then what you can expect the result to
Venus,
be?
I will get
Venus is
another
nothing
job.
but,
Native will
white.
get another job, but I mean, but then the new job he will lose.
Very good, fantastic. Or he would have got a promotion, okay, and immediately within 2 days the promotion got cancelled. Or a new job, and the new job immediately 2 days she went there and everything was good. In 2 days they had a problem, fight, and she resigned.
Nothing but first good planet should not come.
No, no,
Bad
no.
planet
There's
should
no
come. After
rule.
that, good planet will come.
There's no rule like that.
Hmm.
Again, the dasha is there, gochar is there, major gochars are there. You're touching tip of the iceberg. If the dasha strength is there, or if the cycles, we in Nadi we see the cycles. Okay, it is having a good cycle of Jupiter or Saturn cycle. Then it doesn't matter. You, even if you lose job within 2 3 months, you will get back the job. But that's how the events will unfold. Okay. Now I'll
But
tell
sir,
you.
I mean, I didn't understand Kiran sir question that now he said that 6 planets are in transit from 12 house.
As we talk.
Then he took.
Sir, as we talk now, currently, if you take a telescope and look into the sky, between 330 degrees to 360 degrees, there are 6 planets which are coming, 5 or 6. I don't exactly remember. So it's all the energy is concentrated in the Pisces now. That is the reason you are having so much trouble with this tariff of Trump and all. See, it is showing universally, it's showing the result.
Hmm.
So that combination you can study. You just press the Astro Sage, you just open the chart of this moment and observe in the 12 number Rashi, so many planets are there. Okay, so according to your Lagna and your Chandra Rashi, you make it as the first house and study. You just try to analyze the results what you're getting. Okay, na? Now my next question is, I want to know about my grandfather. A person's grandfather, how was his grandfather? Okay, what is the signification? Okay, and what is the influence he has on the native? So which house shall I study?
So 9th house is father's house.
9 house is father.
So
Okay.
now father's elder brother, that means your
No, grandfather.
sorry,
Grandfather.
grandfather. So
Debashish ji.
father's father.
Haji,
Yeah,
grandfather.
father's father.
Haji, Haji.
So that means again and
Fifth house. Fifth house.
fifth house.
Yes.
Exactly.
1,
Fifth house,
2,
when it-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you understand why 1, 5, 9 houses are extremely important. 1 is the self, 5 is the grandfather, and 9 is the father. See, we
Five
definitely.
is the grandfather you mentioned.
Haji,
no?
Haji. 5 is the grandfather, 9 is the father. So the Trikon houses or the trine houses are of extreme importance because all the luck comes from these houses. 5 is also the children, and you see the first child is like your grandfather, your father. This you have heard so many times from elders. The first child, कई बोलते हैं कि मेरा मेरा father पैदा हुआ फिर से. Have you observed this elder people would have, your grandmother, they would have said मेरा father फिर से पैदा हुआ ये घर में, because the first child has so strong resemblances to the grandfather, and you're shocked. He behaves like your father. You see so many traits of, see, फिर पैदा हुआ मतलब soul का reincarnation. Let's not get into that, but scientifically, logically, he has so many features of your father. Again, we have to see Dwadashamsha, D12 chart. But I'm telling you at a D1 level, at a linear level, I'm telling you, he has so many features of your grandfather that it appears that your father has reincarnated in the family. That is obviously because the 5th house represents the first child, 5th house represents your grandfather, your father, your grandfather. Okay? Now I want to check my grandmother.
Hmm.
Which house shall I check?
So grandmother means my mother is 4th house And fourth house to
No,
fourth
my
house.
paternal grandmother. Dadi, paternal.
Dadi means 7 plus 4, that means 10th house.
No, my
From
father's
10th
mother.
house, we need to.
Kiran sir, father's mother.
Uh, father's mother. Father's father is 9th house and plus 4. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 12th house.
Very good. Now I want to check how
All right,
was.
Kiran sir, congratulations. Kiran sir understood the concept. Kiran sir understood the concept.
Arey,
I'm
he's-
still understanding.
He's very fast, sir. Very
thanks.
quick.
Sir,
Retrograde.
you are very fast. You are very fast.
Retrograde planet, na? Retrograde Shani. He's super quick.
So he understood quickly.
Yes,
so that
yes.
means, Kalyanji,
Haji.
that what Kiran sir is doing, now I am trying to follow him,
Yes, sir.
that you said father's mother.
Haji.
So now first he went directly to the 9th house for
Haji.
father.
Yes.
And then he immediately calculated mother is 4th house. That means from there 4th house.
Yes. Okay.
So Kiranji, I need your help, Kiranji, like that. If at all you
Sir,
can
sir,
give us
Don't
some
say like that.
tips.
We both, sir, we
Now,
both
wait.
like-
My
Future.
question is not complete. My question is,
Uh,
I want to tell how a person is sitting in front of me, a client or a friend or a native. I want to know the native's grandfathers and grandmothers. How was their married life and their relationship? How was
Sir,
their
come again,
relationship?
sir.
Grandfather.
Grandparents' relationship, paternal grandparents' relationship. How was it?
Simple, sir. 12th house. From 12th house, we need to see 7th house.
12th house and 5th house relation you see. 12th lord and 5th lord. 12th house is the grandmother. The 5th house is the grandfather. Say suppose in Aries ascendant. Okay, with Mars, Mesh Rashi here. My grandfather is Sun. Okay, my grandmother is Jupiter. Now see how they are with respect to each other. If Shadashtak Yoga is forming, Shadashtak Yoga, this I've already covered for you, Kiran sir. If Shadashtak Yoga is forming, that means they had a very bad relationship or they would have ended in a divorce also.
Shadashtak.
I told you Shadashtak.
Can you please repeat, sir?
Shadashtak, yeah, definitely. We need to open the paint.
No, this relationship I need to get into. I mean, I need to understand thoroughly. Because this is something interesting.
Kiran sir, you remind me about Shadashtak Yoga. I'll cover for revise for you and cover for Debashish. Very important. Let's master the relationship. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to know the younger brother of my neighbor. Younger brother
of
my neighbor. Haji.
So younger brother is coming into that is first, second, third house.
Sir, younger brother of my neighbor. मेरा neighbor का छोटा भाई.
So neighbor is coming from where? Neighbor is coming from 5th house?
Third house.
No.
Third house.
No,
Okay.
third house.
1 minute.
Simple, sir. Third to third.
Yes.
अच्छा, neighbor is third house and उनका छोटा
Younger brother also third house. Younger brother also third house means simple 6th house.
okay.
5th house, sir. 1, 2, 3, 5th
Understood.
That is
house.
the 5th house.
5th house.
5th house.
5th house.
ठीक है ना? Now my question is,
Neighbor छोटा.
my question is, I'm looking at a native's chart, or a chart has come for me for Kundli matching. Okay, your client is a boy. He got the chart of a girl. Okay. Now, how will I understand whether she had a relationship? She had any love affairs before marriage? Love affair, or she had a boyfriend before marriage? Fifth house.
5th house. Okay.
Fifth house represents your boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, okay, I didn't mention that.
No, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. There's so much is there, na?
Yes. I
Fifth
also
house.
don't- I also
Fifth
don't
house
know.
represents your romance, your love life.
Yeah, that you told.
Haji. So in relations, if you say fifth house is your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever the gender you may belong to. If you're a boy, it's a girlfriend. If you're a girl, it's a boyfriend. The fifth house.
Okay. So
Okay.
now you are saying that, okay. Now, how to check that, sir?
See, suppose the house is very exalted, very alive, the planets are strong, they are somehow linking to the, if I'm looking at a native's chart, somehow linking to the Lagna. Okay? And it's not weak. The fifth house lord is not weak. Then most probably she would have had a love relationship. Okay? If the fifth house and seventh house are getting linked, okay, then वो बात शादी तक पहुंचा होगा.
Linked in the sense?
That means they are aspecting each other or they are sitting together in one Rashi.
For example?
See, for example, in this case, Venus and Sun. Sun is the lord of the seventh house. Venus is the lord of the Sun is the lord of the fifth house. Venus is the lord of seventh house. Suppose Sun and Venus are sitting over here. Okay? Okay, leave that. I'll only tell. Suppose the fifth lord is sitting in the 10th house. There is likelihood that he may form a romantic relationship in the office. Because 10th house is your office space.
Oh, okay.
If the fifth lord is linked to the 10th lord or the 10th house or the sixth house is your job. Okay, sixth house is your job. Seventh house is your business. 10th house is your career, overall career. In my experience.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute, sir. Let me write. And seventh and 10th house, you said overall career. Huh?
Overall career and your office space. Your office. Seventh house is your business. Sixth house is your job.
Seventh house is our also open enemies.
Yes. 12th house is your hidden enemies.
12th house is my hidden enemies.
Haji, Haji. 12th house is everything hidden, sir. Bed pleasures. 12th house is also bed pleasures. Your sex life.
Okay. And how about, sir, this 8th house you said? No. Which house you said open enemies?
Seventh house.
Seventh house. Nothing but our spouse.
Sir.
Well said. But don't, sir. We have to cut this statement from the video, otherwise Kiranji will have a problem.
I know.
That's why, sir, spouse I told. Everybody's spouse. Either male or female.
Okay.
Sir, this relationship is something interesting, sir. We need to understand and please suggest that how I can get into, because Kiranji is master in that, I understood.
No, I'll give
how
you.
I can understand.
I am also simple, sir.
I'll give you the notes, don't worry. And by this end of this class, I'll make you a master of it. Now I want to analyze the person's great grandfather. His father's father, great grandfather.
So father is from 9th house.
Okay.
Now from there, father in the sense you said, father elder, that is 11th house.
Kiran sir, 1 minute sir. Let let Deboshish do it. You got it, I understood. Let him practice a bit. Tell me sir, great.
Sir, first of all, father house is 9th house.
Haji.
From there we have to see father's father.
I want father's father. Great grandfather.
Okay. So father's father, grandfather, where I have noted, 1 minute, sir. I mean, give me grandfather. I'm wasting time. Grandfather, maybe third house or fifth house?
No. Count. Don't worry about time. Just count. Get the concept right. You count 9 houses from the 9th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fifth house is your grandfather.
That's what, fifth house. Fifth house is my grandfather.
I want father of this particular person.
So again from 9 I have to count?
Yeah, absolutely. Again you have to count 9 houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First house.
Wow. This is something different.
You understand? Your first house, that means you actually resemble your great grandfather. 4 generations, the cycle is coming back. The genetic cycle. The genes are being
So,
repeated.
sir, that means we have to remember your notes that whatever we have written so far, that which houses like grandfather, then
No,
grandmother,
no,
and
no,
all
no.
such.
See, don't remember. Understand the principles. That's it. And improvise it as per situation. You understand? So don't try to remember. Okay? There's one or two other things. Suppose uh, stepmother. I want to know stepmother of a person. It's a rare question, but I want you to understand all extremities. Stepmother of which house I can see the stepmother of a particular native.
Sir, first of all, fourth house is the mother's.
Yes.
No,
Now,
here, not stepmother, sir. We need to see our father's second wife.
No.
this is also
Kiranji's
another.
Debashish's approach is also correct.
Okay.
Debashish's approach is also correct, and your approach is also correct.
Now this is open enemy. Now fourth house, my mother. Now her open enemy.
No,
Open
not enemy.
in
Don't
the,
take it. No. Stepmother, you don't take it as the enemy. She becomes a younger sister of the mother. She is equivalent to your younger sister, your Masi.
Okay, so,
So-
younger siblings बोले तो third house.
Ah,
So that means 4, 5, 6.
yes.
Sixth house.
Sixth house, you see the stepmother.
Okay, so that is how that we have to see that.
Yes.
I mean, interpretation, the way you are interpreting with the relationship of
हाँ
the
जी, हाँ जी,
houses,
हाँ
that I need to understand.
हाँ जी. अगर मैं किरण जी के लॉजिक से जाऊं तो किरण जी की लॉजिक से फादर की वाइफ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 एंड वाइफ की सेकंड वाइफ तो 1 2 यंगर सिस्टर 1 2 3 फिर ये आएगा फिर अगर मैं फादर से जाऊं
Hmm.
तो अगर फादर की सेकंड वाइफ तो वैसे ऐसा आएगा सेकंड मैरिज तो अगर हम मदर से देखें तो ये आएगा फिर सो ये
So which
मासी
one is
भी
right, sir?
मासी भी हो सकती है मामा भी हो सकता है ये सिक्स्थ हाउस दैट्स द रीजन सिक्स्थ हाउस वी कंसिडर्ड मासी एंड मामा मदर्स इन लॉस मदर्स नैनीताल क्या बोलते हैं नाना जी का घर
Parental.
हाँ जी सो मामा एंड मासी ऑल्सो वी लुक फ्रॉम सिक्स्थ हाउस दैट्स हाउ वी इंटरप्रेट डिफरेंटली okay now I want to check my cousins
Third wife.
Sir, younger or elder?
younger
So younger बोले तो that is third house.
perfect cousins third house में आते हैं very good ठीक है I want to check the wife of my guru
Why? Wife of
My
my
guru.
guru. I didn't understand.
wife
I
of
didn't
Guru is ninth house.
wife
Ninth house
of my
from ninth
guru
house to wife. Seventh house.
Sir,
Third house.
question I didn't understand.
the
Third
wife
house, sir.
मेरी गुरु की पत्नी गुरु की wife my
मेरी
teacher's
गुरु की
wife
wife. अच्छा, my teacher's wife. So teacher means you can say ninth house.
हाँ जी
And उनका wife बोले तो seventh. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4,
Third,
5,
third.
6, 7. Third house, sir.
perfect ठीक है my pets
Pets बोले तो that is simple, ना sir. Pets we have written in 6th house if I'm not
my
wrong.
yes tenants
Huh?
tenants
Sixth house only.
Tenants also 6th house.
very
sir.
good very good
Sixth house.
fantastic ठीक है I want to check my third child
Third child. First child you said that is on 5th house.
Five.
Then second child you said 7th house.
okay
And
ninth
the
house.
second child sir 7th
Five.
house or 9th?
Seven.
नहीं seventh house
Seventh.
you're right 1 2 3
7th house.
हाँ
Seven.
जी
7th house, and then again I have to count 5th house. Another 5th I have to count
no
1.
seven
2,
से
3,
काउंट
4,
करो
5.
ना seven से और एक 3
7th,
काउंट
11th
करो
house.
नहीं
11th house.
नहीं सर 1 2 3 9th हाउस
अच्छा,
7
उनका
से
छोटा भाई.
हाँ जी 7 से 3 काउंट कर लो 1 2 3 छोटा भाई ठीक है माय फोर्थ चाइल्ड
So again 1, 2, 3.
11th house.
11th हाउस ठीक है माय फिफ्थ चाइल्ड फर्स्ट हाउस
first house.
ठीक है, पहले ज़माने में 10 बच्चे होते थे ना, लाइक दैट यू कैन काउंट. ठीक है, आई वॉन्ट टू चेक माई थर्ड वाइफ.
Third wife. So that means third wife बोले तो first wife is in 7th house.
हाँ जी.
Now उनका sister बोले तो that is third house. 1, 2, 3. That is 9th house.
That's your
second wife.
Second wife, हाँ.
Second wife and third wife from 1, 2, 3, 11th house.
Yes. समझ गए ना? Relations you're perfect. Neighbors, enemies, top management, government. गवर्नमेंट को जनरली सन से देखते हैं, 10th हाउस से देखते हैं. ठीक है, एंड टॉप मैनेजमेंट, बॉस, योर एनिमीज. एनिमीज इज फ्रॉम 6th हाउस वी सी. देन योर ओपन एनिमीज, योर हिडन एनिमीज, योर यंगर ब्रदर, यंगर सिबलिंग्स, योर नेबर्स, कजिन्स, योर चिल्ड्रन. ओवरऑल संतान सुख पंचम से देखते हैं. मदर्स ब्रदर्स.
संतान सुख बोले तो 1 minute. संतान सुख.
Overall,
Children means fifth only.
overall Santan Sukh is 5th house. The future of the person is 5th house. The mantra siddhi of the person is 5th house. Purva Punya is 5th house. Accumulated Punya. 9th house is your Bhagyasthana, your luck factor in your life.
You mentioned.
हाँ जी. So house significations you're perfect. पूरा perfect हो गए ना अभी आप?
नहीं सर, अभी प्रैक्टिस करना है सर.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी. ये वीडियो देखिए और मैं नोट्स पढ़िए, प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा. ये रिलेशंस का भी मैं नोट्स बना के मैं टुडे एंड ऑफ द डे आई विल शेयर विथ यू बोथ. ठीक है. और अगर मुझे पता करना है, मदर इन लॉ हो गया, फादर इन लॉ. माई फादर इन लॉ.
My father-in-law. Kiran ji, 1 minute please, because you know.
Yes, sir.
He's
So
retrograde.
I don't know, sir. I need to calculate.
So my father-in-law means 7th house से देखना है my wife and उनका father बोले तो मेरे को आएगा 9th house. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Third house.
बिल्कुल सही. So if a person asks कि मेरी बीवी का मेरे मदर के साथ अच्छा जमेगा कि नहीं, वेरी कॉमन क्वेश्चन. विल माई वाइफ हैव ए गुड रिलेशन विथ माई मदर? सो हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू एग्जामिन दैट सिचुएशन?
Good point. Whether my wife will have a good relation with my mother.
हाँ जी.
So that means relationship. No, first अपना आएगा mother का house है 4th house, मेरा wife का house है 7th house.
Very good.
So that means I have to see that 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 10th हाउस में कौन सा राशि बैठा है या प्लैनेट बैठा है?
नहीं सर, नॉट वाइफ्स मदर, माय मदर. आई एम द नेटिव, आई एम द क्लाइंट. आई हैव कम एंड आस्क्ड यू, विल माय वाइफ, मेरी शादी हुई नहीं, इन फ्यूचर आफ्टर मैरिज विल माय वाइफ हैव अ गुड रिलेशन विद माय मदर?
तो 7th हाउस से मेरे को देखना है, तो मदर का हाउस है 4th, तो मतलब 10th हाउस को देखना है.
नहीं सर, यू आर राइट. 4th हाउस एंड 7th हाउस देखो आप. द 4th हाउस, 7th हाउस, इंटर रिलेशनशिप. मतलब यहाँ पे मून हो गया, यहाँ पे वीनस हो गया. वीनस और मून का प्लेसमेंट कैसा है विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू ईच अदर? ओके, सी वन विल क्विकली विल डू दिस वन. एक मिनट.